Today I'm going to teach you how to solve a 3-digit addition equation using a number line. This is going to be very similar to when we used a number line to solve 2-digit addition. The only difference is now we get to throw mountains into the mix. So, mountains are worth 100. Hills, remember, are worth 10. And the little rocks are worth 1. Now when I'm adding using a number line, I always want to start on the left-hand side of my number line. And I like to start with the biggest number. So in this case, we have 453. Okay, so in order to determine if we're going to use mountains, hills, or rocks, we want to look at our number and we want to use place value to solve that. So if I look at 232, it's a 3-digit number. So there's a ones place, a tens place, and a hundreds place. So I know that I'm going to get to use rocks, hills, and mountains in this case. So the first thing I'm going to do, I like to start with the biggest number. Although I will say, if you go backwards in this case, if you want to start with your ones and then your tens and then your hundreds, you're still going to get the same answer. But I think that we're starting with the biggest number. We should also start with the hundreds place because to me it just makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my hundreds place, and I have a 2 in my hundreds place. So that means that I get to add 2 mountains to my number line. Okay, and each mountain is worth 100. I like to label those. And then if I look at my tens place, I have a 3 in my tens place. So that means I get to add 3 hills. 1, 2, 3. And each hill is worth 10. Now if you label these, it's going to make it a lot easier when you start counting them out. Okay, last we get to look at our ones place. And we have 2 ones. So that means we get to add 2 rocks to our number line. Now, before I start counting all of these up, I want to make sure that my mountains and my hills and my rocks all add up to 232. So let's go ahead and count them real quick. I have 100, 200, 210, 220, 230, 231, and 232. Okay, good. We've got the correct number of mountains, hills, and rocks on our number line. So all we have to do now is start adding them up. And we're all getting pretty good at counting by 100s, counting by 10s, and counting by 1s. So let's see if we can go ahead and just kind of count it out together. We have 453 to start with, and if I add another 100, then I just come up with 553. Another 100 would be 653. Okay, and then I'm going to stop there. I'm going to start counting by tens. So pay attention. Now your tens place is going to change. So if we start at 653, then I end up with 663, 673, 683. Okay, now we're moving to rocks. So now our ones place is going to change. So from 683, now we have 684 and 685. Our final answer is 685.